There's a great deal of things that have occurred in the last 8-10 months in my life. I think you need to understand that prior to that time, I had been caretaker to an aunt, my mother's sister, for 15 years, and then she died in November. All that time that I was primary caretaker to her, my focus was constantly on her. And consequently, I wasn't taking care of my own needs. So once she was gone, I started to take better care of me. Now, I've been doing some things all along for a number of years. I've been drinking really quality water from my Kangen machine. I've been eating things like cottage cheese and fruit and nuts in the morning so that I get, all kinds of good stuff to start the day. And I think that helped keep me from hanging myself on the nearest tree. But, God bless her. She is gone. And I now, with help of Alice, who's sitting in front of me, and a number of other people, including my brother, I have had the support that I needed to make things happen. I do eat differently. Alice and I were discussing last night whether I was ever going to become a vegan, and I said, no, meat will always be part of my life. That's just the way it is. But I have added more of the fresh fruits and vegetables to my way of eating. I alternate my breakfast with that cottage cheese mix, plus opposite days I make a morning drink with an herbal new green product that has lots of good for you stuff in it. Tastes weird when you first start doing it, but it gets better over time. And you find combinations that make you feel good about them. They work with your taste buds. A little bit about my own health in the last few months. I had my knee replaced in August of 2014. That was my second knee, and it's doing better than the first knee ever thought about doing. I used to ballroom dance a great deal, like 3-4 times a week, and I can do that again. Not nearly as long or as gracefully, but it's okay. It's been a long time since I've been able to ballroom dance. In fact, went and got a new pair of ballroom shoes last week, or was it the week before? I don't think it makes any difference. Excuse me, the pollen is just lovely. At this time of year, the oak trees are doing their thing. Anyway, sorry. Was I talking about dancing? I work with my physical therapist. In addition to having my knee replaced, I'd had a couple of TIAs, or what they call mini strokes. Okay. The TIA stands for transient ischemic attack. Okay. And that's produced with your balance. So I'm working all the time on getting my balance really well. There have been a number of people who have come into my life that I didn't have the opportunity to be able to get out and meet with before Julie died, my aunt, because she just needed so much attention. I just, I part of it is that I've really taken responsibility and done some exploring and looking for things that suit me well, both physically and emotionally. And I've gotten a lot of support from my friends. Alice, I don't know how I would have gotten through the whole leg thing because Auntie was trying to die while I was trying to recover. And Alice kept running between the two of us. So it was an interesting period in our lives. Very interesting. But now, you know, the house has been painted. We're reconstructing the kitchen. We've gotten rid of a lot of stuff that my aunt was of the generation that just kept stuff. Whether they worked or not, she kept them. And I'm not of that same generation. So consequently, if it doesn't work anymore, I'm sure going to get rid of it. If I can see no function for it for myself or in my need area or somebody within my circle, I'm going to give it to Goodwill or something like that where there's a possibility for somebody to actually use it, as opposed to just sitting on it in a dusty closet for another 20 years until I die. Yeah, it's being realistic. It's being realistic. So, sorry about that. We have mosquitoes. It is an early summer start in Florida this year. This is the third week of May, and it's really buggy already. Although I have to admit, tonight is a beautiful night. It's come down in temperature, the humidity's blown offshore, and it's really pretty. And I don't know if Alice can get this on the video or not, but from where I'm sitting, if you look over the top of the local vehicles, you can see the sun as it's starting to disappear over the trees. And it doesn't really look like it's going to cooperate very well. But nonetheless, that's part of what I'm sitting here looking at. I'm looking at that light changing and sun sparkling through the leaves, and Alice and our vehicles, and listening to the birds chirp. And I haven't seen a squirrel today on this yard, but I've seen a number of them. And birds who are wandering around pecking at various things. And it's just been fun. So I think that's all we need to do.
Do you want to describe your form?
Do I want to describe my form? Well, first and foremost, I've always been fat from the time I was a little kid through my entire adult life. But I seem to be compacting. My weight's not changing a great deal, but my form has. My face has thinned out and tightened up. I still have wrinkles. I'm 65. I'm supposed to have wrinkles. What the hell difference does it make, you know? You know, but my body itself is in general getting better. Okay, and that's a combination of things. That's eating the right things and moving more. And there's just plain more joy in my life. And the joy makes a big difference. So this is, you know, what I'm doing. This is what I have done. And what I'm going to be doing is to share this kind of growth with others. Because that's what I'm supposed to do.
Should I close it?
Yeah.